Hello and welcome to RGN. Today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation Store preview for 2.0, which was launched in February 21st, 2012. Now this is initiating the Vita launch sequence for North America and other European countries. So basically, the store preview is having a bunch of new different segments in it. It's having the PlayStation 3 segment in the store, and it's also having the PS Vita segment, and also a new thing called PlayStation Plus. Now, the PS3 store includes a bunch of new downloadable content, demos, and also games that you are able to download. Now, demos include SSX, which is a snowboarding game actually, and also Naruto Shippuden, and it is the Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations version, and also Shank 2. Now, PS3 games also include Mafia 2, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, and Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers. It also includes downloadable content such as Never Dead Expansion Pack Volume 1. Now, in the PS Vita segment, PS Vita is having a lot of new features such as apps which you are able to download. Now the apps include Facebook as well as Live Tweet, which is basically a Twitter application, and also Netflix as well as Flickr, and also something called Music Unlimited for your music files. It also includes a bunch of demos such as FIFA Soccer and a lot of other games that are available. And finally, the last thing that we're going to be talking about in this segment is that PlayStation Plus. Now, the PlayStation Plus also includes a bunch of games, a bunch of old games actually, such as Sonic the Hedgehog, as well as Sonic the Hedgehog 2, as well as Street Rage 2, and also Comic Zone. Now, these are a bunch of old games, but also comes with Deus Ex, Human Revolutions, the full game trial, and also Tom Clancy's Hawks 2, and also the full game trial for that as well. And that is the first article. Next coming up is, for the second news story of today, we're going to be talking about Sony patenting a Kinect-like 3D depth sensing camera for the PlayStation consoles. Now, Sony has patented this and was originally filed last October, which was also a full year later than the Kinect launched. And since then, Kinect has actually broken the Guinness World Records for sales. Now, it's obviously no secret that the Kinect is outselling than the PlayStation Move by quite a lot. And PlayStation is now kind of reconsidering their idea that they wanted to be still the button-based systems. Now, the patent says that it is an invention which is provided for affordable and a real-time three-dimensional interactive environment using a depth sensing device. Now, the invention includes obtaining depth values indicating distances from one or more physical objects in a physical scene to a depth sensing device. Now, this is a patent which is really neat about how they could possibly be creating a better version of the Kinect, or they could fail and kind of ruin the future of 3D gaming for the PlayStation. Now, what is your opinion on that? Please leave it in the comments section below. And now, on to the next news story. Okay, that was a very fail epic music intro now, but this next news story is actually very interesting to me and a bunch of other people obviously across the internet. Now, this next news story is actually talking about Guild Wars 2, which it is basically it already went through beta testing by a bunch of people actually, and it's clear that ArenaNet is actually building a very incredible game from a bunch of the screenshots, the videos, the class previews, and a bunch of other stuff, which is showing how beautiful the design of the game is. Now, there's a lot of brand new graphic elements, of course, as it is a brand new game. It's setting up a very realistic fantasy setting for the character, and it's also introducing a more cooperative play. Now, previously, many people were trolling about killing other people's monsters before they could kill it, and the people would lose the experience from it and get very angry and rage, basically. Now, this is not an issue anymore because everything is cooperative. So basically, if you hit the monster and another person hits the monster, you both will get experience that you rightfully deserve, and also it will drop the loot for you. This is very neat because it kind of takes away from the hate and everyone kind of interacting together, sharing resources and different other stuff through an MMORPG. This is extremely important, and it is a more social world, and gaming is starting to become more social instead of kind of a lone nerd sitting at his computer typing around there's nothing wrong with that. But basically, there's also more emphasis on the quest lines. Now, before, on many MMORPGs, the quests were not really that important to level. Now, basically, before, at the level cap of 80 on Guild Wars, you could easily just kill a bunch of monsters, gain the experience, advance through the level of monsters, and finally get to level 80 at a very, very quick rate. Now, this won't be able to happen for a lot of people, considering that killing monsters isn't going to get you enough experience, because they're updating the system so that it's more involved into quests. You have to complete quests, you have to talk to people, you have to interact, you have to kind of set along the storyline and do more interactive stuff with the environment and the NPCs that are around you. And this, though, will give you a colossal heap of experience, which is really neat. Now, this isn't an original idea, but they are hopefully expanding on the idea, as considering Warhammer Online as well as Rift are both utilizing this idea. Now, this is really neat, as Guild Wars 2 has a lot of time to develop the game, and considering that they haven't even actually set up a release date yet, as it is to be announced. So, are you excited about Guild Wars, or actually are you excited about any other games and other news that we have talked about in today's episode of RGN? If you are, you should please comment in the comment section below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. Next week we'll be having another RGN episode, and see you then.